does, right? Okay, so you're going to do binomial PDF, which will not bring this up on your screen. It should just bring up, it just should say binomial PDF and have a parentheses, right?
Maybe calculate that. I'm still copying them steps. Thank you.
Control.
Are we good? So now it says binomial PDF, right? Okay, so the first thing you're going to type in is 10, or is not 10, but 5, because we're doing 5 trials. Everybody else, you're putting 5 trials on top of your calculator. Probability of success for us is that's 0.25. You need to write, Carter, you need to write comma, and then 0.25. The comma is above the 7. And then another comma, and then we need to find, everybody put in a 3 for that one, for the x value. So your calculator should look like this, 5.253. Carter's calculator looks like binomial PDF, parentheses, 5, comma, 0.25, comma, 3, parentheses. And hit enter. Do you see how you got 0.088? That's because we just repeated this. This was just to show you that this does work. Do you guys see it? Why do you think your calculator needs to know P but not Q? What? Yeah, if you give it P, it can figure out Q, right? Calculators aren't stupid. Oh, I mean, they are, but calculators can do simple math as long as they have a formula to use. Now check this out. Everybody hit second enter. We're putting back in the exact same thing. I'm only going to change that 3 to let's do number 1. Change that 3 to a 1. I got 0.396. Huh?
So that's really convenient.
I know, and you're allowed to use it on the AP test, but they also sometimes ask questions about the formulas, so, you know, we're all over the place. I'm just going to write down what you typed in your calculator, 5.25 and 1, and this one would also be binomial PDF. You're going to do number 2 right now, 5, comma, 0.25, comma, 2, and remember, if you hit second enter, it just brings it up again. 0.264.
How come we don't need to like do the square, like to the 2 power, or is that what the x value is?
You mean like putting them in like in the this to this and this to this? Yeah, the 2 is telling it what exponents to use. Okay, so next, everybody grab a book from the bottom of your desk. You can just have one between the two of you. And we are going to turn to page A8 in the back. It's before the blue stuff. Before the blue stuff, but it's A8.
Do jokers not count as a common
No.
normal deck?
In a standard deck of cards, they do not count.
I knew they didn't count. Like I didn't realize that it wasn't standard for jokers.
Yeah, officially, yeah.
Oh,
All
You
right,
can buy a deck that has jokers in it, right?
yes.
Okay.
Okay, so here's how this table works. And I want to tell you about this just in case you ever have to read one. The problem with the table is that the table only has what the table has in it. And if you want a more specific number than the table has, you're kind of out of luck. Okay, so let's look on the side. First, the first thing you look at with the table is you find the number 5 on the side because we're doing 5 trials right now. Okay, and then you see across the top is your probability of success. So you're going to find that 0.25, point your finger on that 0.25 on the top. And then also we're looking up 4 under 5. I got 0.015. So n is 5, but x is 4. Are you guys seeing where we're doing it? And then right below it should be the other one, 0.001. By the way, you could also check all your answers right there, because look how all of them are on there. So that 0.2, 0.237, 0.396, etc. They're all there. So what was this? 0.015 and
I'm not sure about that.
0.001. Okay, and then here, I'm just gonna write A8 as my work, just to show that that's the page I was on. Now, let's do what Cole said, where we add these all together and see how we did. I got 1.001. What'd you guys get? Did you guys get the same thing? Little off is fine. Do you guys understand that any problem you do with binomial stuff, you don't have to do 3 different ways? I was just doing this to show you all the different ways you could do these types of problems. If I was on the AP test, I would definitely be using binomial PDF for almost everything. By the way, CDF is cumulative. So if I typed in my calculator, binomial CDF 5.25 and 2, it would take this probability plus that one and add up everything up until then. That's what cumulative would do.
So is that the thing we're skipping?
What do you mean we're skipping?
I thought you said you were skipping something earlier. That's not
No, this is something that will come up in your homework that you can use with the CDF. All right, everybody take a look now. These 3 things added together, if I made it binomial cumulative CDF and put 5.25 and 3, that would add these 3 together. We all good on that?
So we have to put 3 in that too.
No, you'd put 2 because it's adding the probability of 2, 1, and 0. I mean, it is adding 3 things, but it's 2 through 0, so 2 is just your highest number. Okay. Okay. How to do a binomial probability in the table in the back of the book. Do I need to write it out? Can we all just write A8 there and be happy?
Yeah.
Great news. All right, so it is your turn.
You ready for this?
Leah, Allie, Kelsey, Maddie, and Sierra are hanging out together. They're talking about whether they're come to school on senior skip day or just stay home. They decide that each of them has a 60% chance of coming to school. Ooh, one question that I got to ask really quick. Flip back to the other page. Look at it. Looking at this probability table, what's the most likely amount of clubs that you're going to pull out of 5 draws? 1. Do you see it's a 40% chance that you got 1 club in your hand? What's the next most likely thing to happen? Getting 2 clubs, and a third most likely thing to happen is getting 0 clubs. Chances of you getting 5 clubs is 1 in 1,000. Possible, unlikely. All right, back to this. Okay, so there are 5 people, right?